Hello beautiful person, and welcome to episode 03 of the 30-day challenge with myself, Diego Abbas Bailey. Today I would like to talk about personal life challenges. You see, everybody has problems. Everybody has things that come their way and it doesn't make them really happy, right? And I'll give you my example. About 2 months ago, I ruptured my Achilles. And if you're wondering what it is, it's basically like if you try to stand on one of your legs, just one, argument the left one, and you try to push yourself up, that's the muscle that essentially was ruptured. And it was a really weird situation because I started playing soccer, which is my big passion. I did it for about 10 weeks. And on week 11, during one of my games, my Achilles ruptured because I did a small thing, and like a small little thing, a tiny detail. I didn't warm up. And why didn't I warm up? Well, because I was setting up GoPros and cameras and all that stuff. And because I started to play with my cold body, eventually when I was running, my muscle exploded. And during that moment, I screamed a little bit, but after that I was calm, and I went home. I didn't make any sound. Went in the next day to do a checkup, and the person told me, "Look, you have a rupture. You need to get surgery." And I was like, okay, cool. I was a little bit in shock, but that shock faded after about 5 seconds. I went to the clinic, had my operation, everything was done, everything successful. I'm just going to show how I look right now. But ultimately, one of the questions for the people around me was that, well, how can you stay so calm? And the reality is that I was never really a calm person before. I realized early on that certain behaviors are acquired from childhood and certain behaviors are learned throughout experience. And if you are able to learn something new, you very well may change the way you behave certain situations. And I realized that the most important things, well, one of the challenging things is that sometimes something will happen and I'll think about it all the time and I'll criticize myself and I'll blame, and that just didn't feel right. And I thought to myself, there must be some smart person on the internet or some book I can read to improve my ability, my resilience towards the things that's happening in my life. And eventually, through reading it, through consuming the content, I was able to, I want to say, heal my reactive patterns. So when I injured myself, instead of blaming and being upset about it, I said, well, what can I do? And the number one thing that comes up is always having a positive attitude. Having a positive attitude is like your personal superpower. And this is just one of the things happening to me. So bear in mind, I couldn't walk, operation, couldn't do anything. My wife had to take care of me. But my point is that through the accumulated knowledge, I was able to take that situation, accept it, and just say, what is it that I can do right now in order to move it forward? Okay? I know it sucks. I know it's not the best thing. I wish it didn't happen, but it did. What is it that I can do right now? What is it that I can do to make it better? So those of you who are watching, you may be in a tough situation as well. You may be in a small thing, right? Just remember, most of the stress that is happening is because you are resisting, you are not agreeing with whatever happened. There might be a decision at work, somebody doesn't like you, somebody said something to you. Just understand that when those things happen, yes, those things happen, like something happens to you, but you have the capacity and the power to decide how are you going to react towards it. Are you going to explode? Are you going to let this little thing take over your whole day, your week, your month? Is it going to consume you? And if it is, why are you letting it? If somebody else who looks like you, talks like you, lives somewhere in the planet and is able to do it, and so are you, right? I promise you, I didn't like taking that pill and swallowing it and understanding that it's actually a possibility, but it is. It's possible for everybody. And so the premise is, the core message of this video is understand that you can't control things happening to you. You can't control the sun coming up. You can't control bad traffic, right? You can't. This is not within your ability, right? But you can choose how you react towards it. You can choose if you're going to engage with somebody or not, because they might be a drama person. You can engage, you can decide how you engage to a certain situation. My advice to you is that always make the best thing out of every single situation, because all those good little things will eventually compound and make you a different and better person from inside. And if you're not that person right now, know it's possible for you to improve. And the way to do it is by either watching YouTube videos, they're very helpful, or reading books, or going to a business coach. But that's kind of it. Thank you so much for watching. I am off right now to my physio, which is pretty much going to kill me because I'm going to be late. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow on day 4 on my 30-day challenge